Happy Wednesday, my friends. It is April 17, 2024, and we've got two more playing games today. So you know it's right that I have to give you three best bets in those games. I've got two player props and one side for you guys. I'm about to get into the analysis. This is the free three. What's up, my friends? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, a winning day. We needed it. Another winning day on the channel. 2-1 on the day, so close to a sweep. We cashed in on the Lakers money line, no sweat bet there. Actually, well, kind of got a little dicey there late, but the Lakers veteran team pulled it out. You love to see it. AD rebounds, also another sweat. He could hash that really easily. Even if you got that 13.5 number, we also got over that very easily. The Warriors first half team total. I mean, listen, that was just a disappointing game just all the way around for the Warriors. I thought they were going to do better offensively. I mean, if Klay Thompson hit a damn shot, I mean, come on now. I mean, it would be a completely different ball game. We're not even going to get into that, but hey, the Warriors dynasty, it was a great run. I think that it's over for them at this point, but we love to see what they were able to do over the last decade or so. But 2-1 on the day, you can see our year-to-date record right here. We're chipping away here at this April record. So 2 winning days in a row. We needed that, and hopefully today we can get a sweep because I really do love these picks that I've got for you guys. If you can, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support as always. Now let's dive into these best bets. For my first best bet of the day, we're going to go to the late night Bulls and Hawks matchup. And Mike, man, listen, I'm going to have to talk to you a little bit, bro, because you know what? You guys know where I'm going with this one. And it's just a matchup between, I think that we have a young team against an older team. We've got a team that's, both teams are kind of facing injuries, but I think the Hawks are a little bit too banged up here as they're going to be without two key role players. Jalen Johnson is not going to be playing in this game. Okanagu is not going to be playing in this game. So they're going to be missing some key role players. And we also know that Trae Young has missed 28 games as well this season with injury. He did come back towards the end of the season, but you know what? It's just one of those things where I don't know if I can get all the way to Hawks here because of the injuries that this team has been facing. The Bulls are at home today, so I'm going to have to go Chicago Bulls here, -2.5, -120 odds here. I am buying that hook there. If you want to lay the 3, be my guest. I'm not going to lay that 3.5 number because I do think this one can be close. Now, for me, this is just a matchup where I mentioned the Hawks are just coming into this series or into this game limping. Now, they are used to the play-in tournament environment. So this is the Hawks' third straight play-in game, and they advanced to the playoffs in each of the last 2 times. They're actually 3-0 in play-in games. Meanwhile, the Bulls have played only 1 play-in game in their history, and they lost that game. But for me, when I really look at this matchup, I think that the Bulls are just the more incentivized team here. I think they play better. I mean, even when you look at the matchup with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, that pairing there, they just have not really been that good together in all honesty. When they're on the court, they have a negative plus-minus over the past 2 seasons, so it's not as effective as you would think it would be. And even though this is a Hawks team that can really dial, they can score at any clip, you know, 5th in the league in scoring this past season, for me, they struggle defensively, and I think that is going to be the key matchup in this game. 28th in scoring defense, 28th in field goal defense, 28th in three-point defense, and for me, I think that's going to be the opportunity that the Bulls can exploit because the Bulls are not that strong of a team offensively, and that is where I think that the advantage lies with the Bulls because they're already not a strong offensive team, and now you're facing a team that's not good defensively. That should help them out, especially considering the fact that they're out with Zach LaVine, who lost earlier in the season due to a knee injury, and we saw the Bulls in their last game against the Knicks. That game went into overtime. DeMar DeRozan, the starters, played 40-plus minutes in that game, and they really did not need to play that because they knew that they had this seeding locked up. But that kind of shows you how this team is run by veterans, by a veteran coach in Billy Donovan. They're still playing with that intensity. Meanwhile, the Hawks in that last game took it off. I mean, Trae Young, he didn't even really play much in that matchup. I don't think DeJounte Murray played. And for me, it's just one of those things where that speaks volumes when you know that you should have your starters out there. So this way you can kind of get that continuity built back up building into this postseason run. That kind of concerns me that Quinn Snyder did not do that. So even though the Hawks are better offensively and they could get out to a quick lead in this game, which can kind of allow us to get a better number because they might be hitting some 3-pointers, maybe they get out transition. But for me, I think when they're in the playoff games, it comes down to veteran leadership. We saw that yesterday with the Lakers. It comes down to defense. We saw that yesterday with the Sacramento Kings. And for me, I think that's going to be the biggest difference in this matchup. So for me, I'm going to go with Chicago Bulls here to get the win, -2.5 -2.5. I think this Hawks team, they're done. They need to blow up this whole roster. Mike, I'm going to say it again. You guys got to get rid of Trae Young, or you guys got to get rid of Murray. You guys got to figure something out. And I think this is the year where you finally realize this experiment with the two guards has not worked out. You can't build around a 6'1", 160-pound player in the NBA. It's time to change some things up, and I think we're going to get exploited today. I think the Bulls' defense is strong enough with Caruso on Trae Young, and then you also probably have DeRozan a little bit on Dejounte Murray. You've got Kobe White there. They have the pieces enough to be able to take advantage of this injury-plagued Hawks team, who are going to be without several key role players. I mean, Trae Young is good enough to drop 35, 40 points, and if that's the case, then yes, the Hawks can easily win this game just because they have a stars that can do it at that level, but I just don't think that's going to happen today. So give me the Bulls -2.5 as our first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, we're going to go to the 76ers and Heat matchup, and I've got two player props in this game for you guys. The first one we're going to go with is the big man himself, Mr. Bam Adebayo, and we're going to go over 10.5 rebounds, -115 odds. You guys might as well get used to these rebound props because I love rebound props come playoff times, especially until the line adjusts. Why? Because more defense, less foul calls, more rebound opportunities. Again, we saw that in yesterday's and both of those games, as both of those games went under the total yesterday. So for me, this is just a matchup where I really like Bam here. One, because he's averaging 10.5 rebounds on the season, so this is not something that we're not used to seeing from him. Two, in the 4 games against the Sixers this year, 11 rebounds, 13 rebounds, 13 rebounds, 15 rebounds. So he's gone over this total in all 4 games. Now, another reason why I love this pick as well is that when Bam faces other centers, especially in the playoffs, who demand the type of intensity and focus that Joel Embiid will demand, guess what? He goes over this total. We saw this last year in the NBA Finals when they faced Jokic. He had 12 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 7 rebounds, 9 rebounds, and 13 rebounds. So in that 5-game series, he went over this total in 4 of the 5 games. So that's what I'm expecting to happen today. And Joel Embiid, he typically does not go off against the Heat because the way the Heat draw it up defensively, they try to take him completely out of the game, and they're going to say, let somebody else beat us. And because they think that way, which is going to lead me to my third player prop of the day, Mr. Tyrese Maxey, over 29.5 points and assists, -135 odds. Now, 30.5 is playable if your book already has that. Be my guest, take that. I'm not going to take it over that, but that's my analysis right now. Bam Adebayo is going to be matched up on Joel Embiid. More rebound opportunities for Bam because, you know, Embiid's going to be a volume guy. He's going to get touches. He's going to be there in the post. He's going to shoot the mid-range J. It's going to lead to rebound opportunities. But the Heat are going to look to double-team Joel Embiid. They're going to look to push him off the block. They're going to try to force him into the long jump shots. They're going to try to run him on the defensive end, make him stretch out. And then, you know, this is a guy here who's gotten more increased minutes for sure over the last few games as he's coming back from that knee injury. But I don't know if he's all the way back in playoff shape to play 48 straight minutes. And because of that, Tyrese Maxey is going to be a big focal point in this matchup. He has an 81% hit rate on this season in 35 minutes or more when Embiid is on the floor. So don't be concerned that Embiid is going to get the majority of the touches. In 4 games against the Heat this year, he's gone over this line in 3 of the 4 times. He had 37 PAs on February the 14th. He had another 38 on March the 18th. And then recently in the game earlier this month on the 4th of April, 49 points and assists, and that was the game where Joel Embiid played. So for me, this is just a matchup where if Embiid's getting touches, that's fine. They're going to run that high pick and roll, the dribble handoff action, which is going to get him Maxey going downhill. We're going to need him to stretch the floor, hitting a few 3-pointers, but he also is going to be able to get the shots up, and I think he's also going to get the assist opportunities with Buddy Hield on the wing. Tobias Harris going to knock down a few shots, Kelly Oubre slash into the goal. So for me, it's just the way that the Heat play this game defensively. They're not going to let Joel Embiid go off for 45 points. I just don't see it happening. So because of that, it's going to rely on Tyrese Maxey to kind of pick up the scoring load here. Tobias Harris is kind of falling off in that department. Kelly Oubre is not really a guy who's going to give you 25, 30 points. And just all honesty, he might give you like 20 points, but I don't think that's happening in a playoff atmosphere. And then also you got like Buddy Hield. I think he's just going to be more spot-up role here today. So for me, Kyle Lowry's not going to be shooting the ball that much. Tyrese Maxey is going to be the guy who has to step up for the Sixers, especially if they expect to win this game and cover that 5.5 point spread. I don't know if that happens. I lean the Heat in this matchup if you're looking for like another extra bonus pick or something like that. But for me, I'm just going to go with Bam to grab the rebounds, matched up with Embiid and other strong centers, and then Tyrese Maxey over this point total and assist total as he's been able to do it several times against the Heat this season. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets that are headed away in this NBA playing games. We got the Bulls minus 2.5. We're also going to go with Bam Adebayo over 10.5 rebounds. Then we're going to also throw in Tyrese Maxey over 29.5 points and assists. For more picks and plays, if you want my baseball picks and plays, it's a travel day, so you guys know games are going on all day. I cashed in on my Nerfy yesterday of the day, which I dropped on the Twitter. So make sure you guys are following me on all the socials. Make sure you're part of the Discord group because I'm giving out more plays. If you do want a bonus baseball play because you've watched thus far in the video, I'll add this officially to the record because I can have 4 picks, I guess, for today. But I'm going to take the Royals in the second game as well in their doubleheader. Michael Wacha will be on the mound in that matchup, so I definitely do like the Royals in that matchup today in the second leg of the doubleheader. So just keep that in mind if you guys want that, a baseball pick. I'm going to have a hitter parlay. I'm going to be playing around the numbers a little bit. So if you guys do want some of the other picks and plays, there are not that many late night baseball games today. That's why I didn't really cover any today. But we have been cashing on baseball here. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys are following so this way you guys can get those other picks and plays. All right, my friends, let's get to that money. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have any winners that you like, drop them below. Let me know what you're taking so this way I can tell you. All right, my friends, let's get to that cheddar. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, gang.